I feel pretty invincible most of the time when I'm skating. You occasionally have a bad game where you go out there and you just don't feel right, but I'd say 90% of the time I feel just fierce. And I mean, I wear fishnets and very short shorts, and I can't see myself in my everyday life walking down the street like that and feeling empowered. But on a skating rink, as Bella Dubois, I definitely feel larger than life and like I don't know, heard of a superhero?
Can you handle this?
Roller derby first came about in the 30s, and it was more of an endurance sport. There wasn't really hitting, and it evolved into a sport where people hit each other because the people running it realized that the crowd really liked seeing people fall over. And it evolved to a point in like the 70s and 80s where there was a lot of hitting, and it was camped up kind of like wrestling, with a lot of fake violence and fake fighting, and that's when it sort of died out. And the current revival is a little bit different. It started in 2001 in Texas, and it's all women's, which it wasn't previously. And it's got more of a grassroots DIY sort of aesthetic to it. It's all run by the skaters for the skaters. So we all do it for the love of sport. We dress up because there's quite a theatrical element to roller derby. I think what makes it different from a lot of other sports is there really is that performance sort of aspect of wearing a costume or an outfit, and taking on a stage name or your derby name, and performing and being someone else while you're bouting. I think you don't get that with something like netball or any other sport really. I heard of a friend who was in training to start playing with the Victorian Roller Derby League. And I didn't really know what it was. I knew it was vaguely a sport, but all I really knew was it was sort of alternative girls, I guess, on roller skates beating each other up. It's sort of forming an identity for yourself. You think about whether you want to be tough or cute, or what you want your name to represent, and I think it helps you form sort of your alter ego or your derby persona, the kind of person you want to be, which can be completely different to the kind of person you are in real life. I'd like to think that Bella Dubois is quite a lot like daytime me, except a bit tougher and fiercer and a bit cheekier. When I first started training for roller derby, I was amazed at how much fitness it took and how hard it was, and the fact that it really was a legitimate sport and something you had to train hard and be fit enough to play. I turned up to my first training session wearing jeans, thinking it was a bit of a skate around the roller skating rink, and was amazed to find everybody in workout gear sweating and doing endurance laps and push-ups and sit-ups. So that was the biggest surprise for me. You have to train for about 9 months before you're allowed to play in a bout. You've got to learn to skate first, and then you've got to learn, how to hit each other and do things safely. We don't just throw people out there. We've got to be really confident that people aren't going to hurt each other. I'd say it's an aggressive sport. It's a full contact sport, so we wear full padding, knees, elbows, wrists, mouth guards, helmets. And we take full body hits, so it is a dangerous sport. I think it's great for other women to be able to see us playing such a heavy sport. The mere fact that images of women doing roller derby were doing something positive with our bodies. Unlike most of the women you see in the media, we're not just being photographed for wearing clothes or makeup or looking pretty.